Point of no return, point of no return. Welcome back, man. We know too much, we seen too much, we been through too much, we are experiencing way too much. God can reveal himself to us over and over again for us to go back to the way we used to be, the way we used to think, react, and respond to life, man. It's your Holy Ghost homeboy Slim. SLIMM, simply living in my moment, which means yesterday is gone. Tomorrow's never promised. All you have is right now, this moment, and I hope you fully living in yours because I'm fully living in mine, man. Just back with another quick word, man. If God did it for them, God is and will doing it for you. The only way to make sense out of everything that you've been through is to see it through and allow God to finish what he started within you. I got notes, I'm sorry. He has truly saved your best for now. So stay separated, stay set to the side, remain anointed so that you can receive the fullness of your breakthrough and blessing. You're too close to where you want to be, to where you need to be, to where you desire to be to stop. You receive no peace, no divine provision, or the promise that God has made over your life if you cease to operate outside of your purpose. I know all too well the hurt, the disappointment, and even the anger one could begin to feel witnessing sinners be viewed and treated as saints, receiving favor and favoritism. In contrast, we also see and are witness to the persecution of those who truly love the Lord. You feel me? Furthermore, you may be going through it, the conflict yourself, like experiencing, just seeing people who don't really care about life, who don't really care about God or, a purpose or the reasons why they're here. They just out here, to have fun, to make money, to drive this, to live in this. They don't really care. And these are the people that seem like they winning. They doing everything and anything to get to their spot, get to their position, and ain't nothing happen to them but good, So it's frustrating to be able to see that, bro. My advice, man, is count it all joy. Be happy for those who good things happen to, even if they're bad people, bro. And also pray for those and have remorse for those who are experiencing trials and tribulations. You don't want to be in a position to where you seeing how other people treated and then you treat them just like everybody else, or you so bitter and your heart is so hard when you have an opportunity to help, you don't help because ain't nobody help you. You know what I'm saying? Do not believe that God has forgotten about you or have led you astray. Don't allow God's silence to be taken as you being ignored or, you ain't being thought of. No, God is preparing the way, and his silence indicates that he's taking action on your behalf. His quiet is proof that he trusts you and he knows that you are exactly whom you say you are. He doesn't have to micromanage you. He doesn't have to threaten you. He doesn't have to bribe you to keep you on a straight, narrow path. You continue to use your free will to choose God and trust God at his word. That type of faith, belief and knowing is what has already moved your mountain. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to keep praying. You just got to keep dancing like David. You got to keep just being happy no matter what come your way, no matter what you endure, no matter what you go through. Just know that it's all happening and occurring to get you to the best version of yourself. Everything you have prayed for, longed for, desired for, cried for, and suffered for has been approved by God and is literally on his way. You know what I'm saying? Your task is to be present and to be there when that day comes. Don't allow the troubles or the pressures of life scare you about not receiving your blessing. You feel me? Because that's what it'll do. You get so focused on your trials and tribulations, your problems, and all these things that you forget about your purpose. You forget about the promise. You forget about God being on your side, being in your corner, having your back, just fortifying you, because we so focused on the problems and we so focused on what we don't have, who not in our life, what's going wrong, that we forget that it's a lot of stuff going right. A lot of things have to fall to the wayside. A lot of times people got to exit your life in order for you to have your blessing, in order for you to have a breakthrough. So if you've been just experiencing a season of just loss and you're just losing people, situations, jobs, people trying to assassinate your character, they trying to put you in a corner, they trying to make it so that you don't have no hope, that you don't have no smiles, no joy, no nothing, so you can destroy yourself or destroy others, you know what I'm saying, because you are upset and you're not happy with what's going on in your life. They basically want you to self-destruct, or they want you to crash out and do something unthinkable because of what you are experiencing temporarily. Don't allow what hasn't happened yet to cause you to not trust God or not hold on to his unchanging hand. You know what I'm saying? Just because it ain't happened don't mean that it's not gonna happen at all. You know, you just want everything to happen in this right time and in divine time, because if it happened too soon, it ain't gonna work out. If it happened too late, it's not gonna work out. So God placing you right in this perfect window for things to occur and happen in your life, to where when he opens one door, all doors are open. When he make one light green, all lights are green. When there's one yes, everybody's saying yes. So he's just trying to put you in the perfect position to be able to just start and not have to stop. You feel me? The text is filled with so many examples of God's people being tested before the triumph. Even Jesus had to overcome the temptation of Satan before he took his rightful place within the kingdom. So when you're going through things, don't think that you the only one being picked on or these things. Nah, man. Like, if you one of God's chosen people, if you somebody who really follow Christ, and you somebody who really sensitive and allow the Holy Spirit to guide you and use you, man, you're going to be tested, bro. You're going to be tried, bro. But you just got to remain steadfast in your faith and lean not on your own understanding, but on God's understanding, bro. He going to give you that perfect peace no matter what you go through. But don't stop praying. Don't stop believing. Don't stop praising and worshiping. Don't stop doing good deeds. Don't stop being accountable and responsible for being one of God's chosen people. Like, you got to still get up and do the work, and you got to still get up and carry the mantle regardless of what you're going through in life, you know. And you just got to allow God to set everything straight and set everything back right. Do not be jealous or envious of others, no matter who they are or what they have. It has no effect on you. It has no effect over your overflow, the abundance that God has ordained for you in your life. You know, a lot of times we look at other people's pockets, we look at other people's possessions, and we think somehow what they receiving or not receiving is going to affect what we receive or what we don't receive. It has nothing to do with the other, unless you put yourself in competition, unless you put yourself in a place to where you want to covet, or you are envious or jealous and you want what somebody else has. And that's when it could become detrimental to your mental state. It could become detrimental to your finances, because you're trying to keep up with the Joneses, knowing that you can't. At some point, you're going to run out. You know what I'm saying? And there's going to be a whole bunch of things that you have to do in order to maintain this life. So don't even get caught up in that. Just understand that God has enough for everybody. Life is big enough for everybody to live. Heaven is big enough for everybody to have a place and be comfortable, bro. Like, you don't have to compare, do anything, bro. Just be like, okay, I'm happy for that person because they get blessed regardless of who they are, because you know if God could do it for them, he gonna do it for you, and he is doing it for you. So just keep going, just stay focused and swing big, man. Like, really go for the fences. Like, God not gonna allow you to fail. Do not try to live someone else's life. Rather live the life that God has created for you and you only. And that's the only way to truly receive the fullness of this life. And you can transition peacefully into the afterlife. You feel me? Because if you so worried about this person or that person, you worried about what you don't get, what you're trying to get, all these things, then how can you be worried about your salvation or your place in heaven? How can you be worried about your purpose? How can you be worried about bringing people back to God and really being a fisher of man and just trying to do the right thing with your light and your life while you're here? How can you be doing that if you focus on the wrong things and you focus on the wrong people? So I know it's hard, bro, but God is blessing you. That's why you're being tested. That's why you're being put through so much. That's why you've had to isolate, and you notice that during your isolation and during your quiet time is when you continue to get attacked the most. When you ain't even saying nothing or doing nothing. But silence speaks the loudest. Like, people looking for you to complain. People looking for you to cry. People looking for you to have problems. People looking for you to have a lot going on. You feel me? Because not only are they entertained by your strife, they also, it's a way for them to be like, well, man, I ain't doing that bad. You know what I'm saying? They can bring themselves up by examining and looking at your downfall. They ain't got to focus on their problems, or they ain't got to focus on their household. They ain't got to focus on their spouse or nothing like that if they able to focus on your problems. So you just got to be quiet, just stand back from everybody, just let them say whatever, you know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody put their hands on you or threaten your life or nothing like that. But if they just talking just to talk, and if they just assuming and they projecting and they talking out of anger, they talking out of not being included in your life no more, then just let them speak, bro, because God needed to reveal who was for you and who was not for you before he blessed you. He didn't want to bless you and then you end up blessing people who don't mean you no well, who don't love you, who don't care for you, who don't get your back. You was surrounded by a lot of people who was only looking at what they can gain and what they could benefit. You feel me? And once people realize, like, nah, this is a whole person. He's not just a money. He's not just a checkbook or an ATM. Like, he has virtues. He has values. He has morals. He has principles. He has all these things, bro. That cut a lot of people out because a lot of people want the bag, but they don't want the relationship. You know what I'm saying? They don't want actual communication. They just want to check you. So it's like a lot of people is looking at you to be naive, for you to be green, for you to be weak and not meek, and they take advantage of your kindness, bro, and take advantage of your favor and over the light that God has over your life. So God had to remove a lot of people, a lot of things, and he had to separate you to bless you so you can keep your blessings and enjoy your blessings. So I know it's hurtful because people say mean things. People do mean things. People kick you while you down, and it's these times where you really need the help, where you really need the friendship, the communication, was when people snatch it away. You know what I'm saying? So don't worry about it, because you're going to have your day, you're going to have your moment, you're going to have your time, and when you do, just remember and be mindful of the way people treated you when they was up. You feel me? And you ain't got to be an a-hole. You ain't got to be mean. You ain't got to be arrogant. You ain't got to be none of that. But at the same time, I ain't got to open up my door to you. I ain't got to open up my life to you. I don't have to speak to you. I don't owe you anything, you know, especially if we was in a position to where we were supposed to be doing this together, and then you abandoned me when I needed you most. You feel me? When things got hard, when things got a little bit rough, you abandoned me. But then when things pick back up and they turn back around, you want to come back around. Nah, that's not how it works. So just understand, bro, it's only hard right now and it's impossible right now, and everything is attacking your mind. You feel me? They're attacking your spirit. They just trying to get you to pause and to stop and just consider all the negativity, all the bad things, consider your past, all these things. So that's why it's important to keep moving, keep your mind going, keep yourself not distracted, but keep yourself doing something that is beneficial to your overall progress. Like, don't sit there and just allow yourself to be in those stinking thinking. Don't sit there and allow other people projections to weigh upon you. No, keep moving, man, and just get to your day, just get to your moment, just get to your time, and I promise you, everything gonna be made right. Everything that you've lost is about to be restored, and you about to be renewed and now released in this world as a new creature, bro. So trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. Like, we know what God can do, bro, and he knows what you can do. So during this time, just stick with him closer than ever. But man, if we seen him do it for other people, he will. And he is doing it for you. Till next time, Slim.